Welcome back to Success Through Connections. I have a very interesting podcast for you today. It's going to be me. I'm going to talk about the different generations from millennial to the Gen X's and the baby boomers and some things that I've noticed lately. So I'm going to tell you, it starts with a story. I attended a conference recently. It was a women's conference and they had a panel. They had the baby boomer here. Then there was the Gen X. And then there was the millennial, and they were going to talk about generations. And the first thing that happened was the moderator introduced the different speakers. And then before anyone had anything to start with to say, there were no questions asked, the millennial spoke up and she said, I want you to notice that I'm the millennial and I have no notes. And if you look over there across the table, the baby boomer, look at her. She's got a stack of notes. And the audience chuckled. I didn't chuckle. I thought it was kind of dismissive. She did not mean it rudely. I know she didn't. And she didn't mean it as a humorous thing, but I thought that it was disrespectful. Look at us. We're better than you because we don't need notes. And so I just started reflecting, and it reminded me of how many times the baby boomers, and I'm a baby boomer, get pushed to the side. We're now no longer valued, and we're seen as, you have to be the mentor. We're going to send you. You know how when you go to a family dinner and there's the kids table and then there's adult table and all the kids want to get to the adult table? Well, I have to tell you, at the last family meeting I went to, or dinner, those kids, a couple of them said, we want to sit at the adult table. And they did. And they were there for about 5 minutes. And they said, we want to go back to the kids' table. I don't blame them, because we don't want to be delegated to that mentor table. And that's just an unpaid position. I'm not going to be the unpaid mentor. I've got 40 years of experience as a business owner. So why would I do that? But I thought, people sure do make assumptions. They think that the baby boomers have no value. They're just the mentors. Whereas the millennials, we're the innovators with all the energy and we have all the great ideas and we don't need your advice anymore. Kind of like the kids sometimes. They come to you when there's a problem, a serious problem, but other than that, they're not interested. So again, I started thinking, I think that we need a multi-generational table where everybody is included and everybody is listened to, because everybody should collaborate. That's how you get strength in your organization. It's not a competition. It's, you can bring the innovation and that's great, but you're built on the foundation that those baby boomers and those Gen X's built before you. So you should not be dismissing the older generations. You should embrace them, and it should be all of them. A circle of them are all at the table. So I'm not calling out millennials. I'm really not. I'm just calling in leaders. You should be leaders and take pride in that leadership and encourage all ages to be part of it. Not just, okay, we're moving on to this new idea, so you're dismissed. Because innovation, it needs a foundation. And wisdom is an accelerator. It's not a speed bump. And respect is a two-way street. So it builds legacies and it launches the future. So baby boomers bring some wisdom. They bring in real value based on what's happened in the past. It can help your organization from making big errors. So we bring in institutional memory. So we know what's happened in the past. We know what's failed and what's successful. So you should bring those people and invite them to the table, because why would you want to make the same mistakes that were created before you even entered that organization? They can offer you crisis leadership. Again, because these are uncertain times and the world is changing. Why would you want to make mistakes? I mean, you're going to make mistakes, but why not avoid them if somebody in the organization has already been there and done that? learn. And professionalism and preparation. That's also included because those stack of notes, yeah, that was leadership in action. So just because we need new voices in our groups, it doesn't mean you silence the older ones that came before you. We don't build the future by dismantling the past. We build on its foundation. What do you think?